Granby School of Wrestling Coaches Corner. This preview is intended to give yourself a brief review of the holds you learned this summer at the Martin's Granby School of Wrestling Camp. We're starting in today on sweep single leg finishes. The first finish will be the lockout. John's got his right elbow around the knee. He drives his right fist till it's straight. He steps over with his right knee. Chris does the splits. John transfers his left hand above the knee, and he's going to circle for the ankle in a circle, and Chris will fight. And he finishes. It's important to keep your head up when you're doing this. Again, John's going to drive over his right arm until it's straight. He steps over the leg. Come back again, John. Now, if John doesn't grab the knee immediately, Chris is going to whizzer his ankle. Whizzer your ankle, Chris. Boom. And that's not good. Come back to the front, John. So as soon as John drives, watch him grab the knee. Drive, grab the knee. Now Chris cannot bend his knee down. Now John can chase the far leg. Sweep single lock finish. Our second finish is the cutback double. John goes to cut the corner. Chris faces him. Now John steps his left leg up, and he cuts the knee out from under him. And go. Takes Chris straight to his back. Chris bellies. John slips into his arm choke. Runs to his head and pins. The next time in the cutback double, we're going to go to a Turk. John cuts the corner, and he steps up and cuts him back. He slips in his Turk. Chris bellies. He's lifting, pitching, and pushing in the Turk and goes to the crossface. The third finish would be the head and the throat finish. Oh, I'm sorry. The third finish will be our boot scoop. John's going to run to the leg. Chris squares, and John raises his butt up and scoots. His left hand comes to the leg. He Turks. He fights the far knee off, and he limp arms out and scores on his Turk. Again, John's in his lock. He's cutting the corner. Chris squares. John can't get his head up, so he cuts through and boot scoots. This time, Chris is going to be a little bit tougher than with the legs. John Turks. Chris is going to fight off the leg by reaching up and grabbing it with his other hand. And he pushes it off. Turn around another angle so the coaches can see that. He's going to push the leg down and grab it with his left hand. Push it off with his left hand. He pops out. He's in his turn. The next finish that's very important is what we call a head and the throat finish. John goes shoulder knee alignment, swings his head up in the throat. Chris reaches over and gets a whizzer and sucks his man up. John will step in front with his hips and crack hold and left. Again, John rotates his head in the throat. Chris sucks him up. John is in a wrestler's grip. He steps in front of the leg. He lifts and scores and turks. Our last finish is for the funk defense. John shoots in on a low single. First thing John wants to do is to get the leg below his shoulder. Get the leg below his shoulder. Turn around so the coaches can see it. This is where you want to be. Come back in one more time. As soon as John shoots in, he's going to have to get his right leg up. John shoots in. Right leg comes up immediately. Now John only has to fight the funk on his left leg. John reaches up. Now Chris is going to fight him a little bit. Watch them wrestle. Ready, go. And he drives over the leg. One more time. Watch John immediately get his right leg up. Right leg up. And whizzer. And drives over his leg. Drives over his leg, and he scores. The Granby School of Wrestling Coaches Corner sweep finishes.